Hey everybody, what is happening? Dela, I'm back with some more Madden 16 Ultimate Team content. We are one game away from the Super Bowl, and look at this. We're matching Night Train. Just came out last night. He's got the 96 Zach. He's got the Heinz Ward. Apparently this guy's got, just deep pockets. Whatever it is, man, he's going to buy it. Doesn't necessarily mean he's going to be a good player, but you know that the AI is still going to be a challenge out there against your team. So let's see, what will happen out there. You still got to perform on the field. So, and then what is this? What is I'm hearing? Alright, I'll just say it, dude. Like, in my opinion, if you're going to rock stuff like that, you're a douche, dude. If you're letting it just blare out through your Connect and making me hear that crap, you think you're all funny and cool, you're a douche. And when people pause the game at the beginning and people are wondering, why do they keep pausing it whenever I start a game? It's because they don't want to listen to your crap, dude. That's why they're doing that, okay? So just get that in your head. So I'm annoyed with it. We're going to come out here. What are you doing? You're running some cover 2 and pulling your nose tackle off? We will make you pay for that, bro. What are you thinking you're going to come out in coverage like that, dude? So obviously you got players, but you don't know how to play. I mean, what are you doing? I see what he's doing. He's trying to run a heavy man, and he's letting his players take over because he basically needs them to make the play for him, and he's running nose tackle out, because that way he can run around free and not have a worry. Why not use a linebacker or something? In that case, you can still free one of those up, but whatever. I'm behind on that throw. I had the guy open, but missed that one, so luckily caught a break there. We're going to go back to the ground with CJ, though, and boo, yeah, there he is. That's nice. We're going to let the stick skills have to take over with this one, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I figured. I got to go out, got to make the plays, got to get the runs out there, make that happen. I was surprised he got caught by that Rod Woodson on that first carry, but somebody who's got decent speed with the pursuit. And okay, so all right, early on I'm already catching what his strategy is going to be out in there. So come down 2nd and 2, get a decent run out here. He's got Amon Green, he's got Elway like I got. But basically, this guy's going to run a lot of these verts and mesh underneath sort of stuff. And there's Odell Beckham. Going to be tough. So when you're running Odell with somebody across there, even when I'm shading inside, which I started shading inside, and again, I can't cover that. So manually, you have to cover. But the thing is, you run 2 of them, you got to pick and choose when that happens. So I see basically what he's doing there, and he's running the vert scheme. So what happens is you run everybody away, you cross a couple underneath, and if the guy follows any of those, you just take off with the quarterback like he did. So at this point, I'm just letting him know, hey, I'm not going to sit here and let you continue to run this game, bro. Not going to happen, all right? So, that's what you get for that one. I hate to have to do that, but that's what it's going to be on that play. Come down around, and I believe we got Tillman breaking that one up. So at this point, we know you're going to have to go. We go back to our standard coverage, our standard man stuff, so the under stuff ain't going to hurt me at this point, because he already took the big old sacks on that one. Come down, and DRC going to break that up, trying to go back over the top there. I don't care what legend you got out there, bro. We're going to run doubles out there. We're going to do what we can to stop that. So 1st and 10, coming back out. I decided keep this one on the ground here, make him pay for this, and do this. And we got the inside, but we cut this one back, and there it is, bro. That's what I'm talking about. We get a little juke out there. Get off of me, Night Train. You can't tackle. Get off me, Bullware. Look at your legends, man. We are making you look like a fool out there, bro. Got all these high dollar players out there. You can't stop CJ with all that elusiveness. I got the SR out there, so that's what I'm running heavy. So look at this. He's got the halfback toss formation. I mean, you guys should know this when you see it. You know they're running that when you see that formation. Standard stuff right there. I mean, sometimes it'll get you either way. Comes back on the other side. We got a missed tackle. We got 2 missed tackles. Shazier missed that one. Oh, and dang, I think, was that DRC who got trucked? That's going to happen on occasion with the DRC, though. I'm debating getting rid of him. I did pick up Fuller for like 128K something last night, which I thought was a really good deal. He's normally floating that 160 to 180 mark. And 3rd and 2, we bring the heat off the edge there. Brooks, we run him. Even though we're in that 3-4, we still run him. 4th and 4, he makes a good read out there. That looks like a lot of the one of the plays I like to run. One of those routes. Those are pretty effective. And again, same thing. He's running the verts, and then he's getting that inside route. Even the shading can't stop those, man. That's going to be very hard, especially when you get up on the linebacker out there. So he gets into the no huddle. I'm trying to go around, conserve the timeouts. I normally waste my timeouts in the games. You'll see that from time to time. It's just something, what I'm doing, not paying attention or don't get the right call, change my mind, all this little things in there. So never really too good with my clock management because of that. But it's 2nd down 4 here. He does have me in a real base, in a base 3-4 defense sort of stuff. I try switching kind of plays around, but again, I think he's just hitting that underneath, dunking at that point. Everyone's kind of floating back. I try to get to the under coverage after that, I believe on this one, some under stuff. Come down, and when I switch here, DRC, I make the mistake. I didn't realize I pulled left. I left that lane wide open. I was trying to switch on him and come down and hopefully jump it when he threw it or made a tackle, messed that one up. So here we go. Before the half's over, I decide I want to see how his guys act to man. Look at A's blanketed, X is blanketed. X is normally a big play that I hit, and they are just blanketed. So he's got the players out there. They're going to be tough. Even in man, they're going to be hard. So I figured if it's going to stay to run, and if you can stop the run, then I'll do what I got to. And here you go. In the third, we start off. That's just a standard nickel play there. 3-3-5, I think, sort of one, or maybe 2-4-5. But that was not actually any nano or something like that. That's just the way that play worked out. The one in the first half, I did intentionally. That one was not. I'm curious to see. That's once every so often that'll happen. But you'll take what you can get. I see me there. I'm blanking the under one. And like an idiot, how do I not sack him there? I'm just running around like a fool, but I got to do that a couple times a game. It's just standard. So you see, I'm running that same old formation. I was basically taking the guy next to me and putting him out on the side to try and cover these routes. But we got Dayon. That is Dayon Buchanan, guys. Get that one right, man. Learn the name because he is a stud out there for the Cardinals. He's not wearing 36 anymore. He's 20, but that's a flashback, so they'll take that one. So we got the ball back, and yeah, my brother hooked me up with that card. 3rd and 5 here. We're going to come around, and we're going to match up on my man, Zach Thomas. I'm not worried about that. I'll take CJ on Zach Thomas all day, bro. He's a slow linebacker. I mean, his stats are good, but I can't be dealing at this point of the game. I wouldn't be wasting my money on somebody who doesn't have speed. There's just not a lot of sense in that, just in my opinion. But like I say, big thanks to my bro, man. He did trade me that Roy Williams. I traded my Roy Williams for that Dayon, and he was just hooking me up, doing a favor for me, man. So that was killer, man. And first game with him, and he comes down, or second, I believe, and he come down with a pick. And there we go. I still do need a backup. I've got Dorito LT as my backup. We had to get a few carries in here. Kind of miss a hole on this one. Sometimes, like I said, I get a little careless with the turbo when I cut in there, and you lose control of your guys. 3rd and 9 again. Look at the space. Look at the space against Zach, dude. He cannot cover CJ to save his life. I already got like 5 yards on him out there. So again, we'll come down. We'll just run it down in here. There's no reason to force anything. All I need really a field goal at this point. Make sure homeboy's not going to go out there, and there we go. He's not going to go out and 2 scores in that amount of time. So at this point, I've ran him out of the man coverage. He's in zone. I saw that he was in zone in here, so now I'm going to run to a play. Now I'm going to go to something in the playbook, and we go out, and RB basically, once he beats Bullware out there on the side, we hit the pylon, and we've scored. So at this point, we know we've got a good spot out there. Come down, run some simple old man, like cover 2 man. You got the eye of the middle. We take that down route, come back around. He's going to just launch one up again, and this time Earl Thomas is out there, and that was the old free one, and he's like an 85 overall. It don't matter, man. It's the scheme out there. You're gonna throw in a double out there on the top, and all I gotta do is get the click and the jump out there for you. Unfortunately, guys, not a super exciting game. I did want to get something out today just because, it's the first time I played Night Train out there. I ran at him a few times, wasn't super impressed. He didn't hit stick me, though, but, that's just kind of how that goes, man. When it came down to it, his guys couldn't bring CJ down, though, man, and that's really was the game. But because of the way he was playing defense, I didn't get a lot of variety. We do get the Seasons Pro and the Bronze and another Bronze out there, so I'm getting close to completing that set. We got another game, Super Bowl coming up for me. And I do send Mr. Domarace a message here. Nothing talking smack. I just say killer team, man. Best I've seen this year. I was trying to give him props on that. But, apparently he was mad at me, man, saying I always cheese and he hates playing me. And I'm always in his playoffs and I beat him in his playoffs. So he's all upset at me, And I'm the one cheesing, even though he's running the vert cheese scheme himself out there. You can't run zones against that because he'd be tossing touchdowns all game. But, I apologize. Sorry I took you to playoffs. You might need to maybe go buy some more legends. Maybe it'll help you next time. Peace out, bro.